In our last episode, we looked at Task 1 academic writing and the language we need for this type of writing assignment. In this episode, let's review summary completion tasks for reading. Hey guys, welcome to episode 33 of Hacking IELTS. If you're joining us for the first time, this is a podcast and a YouTube channel dedicated to helping new and intermediate IELTS test takers understand the exam and attain higher results. For this episode, we'll focus on reading again, specifically summary completion tasks. But first, let's review what we looked at from our last episode. We discussed how important it is to understand the requirement of an overview, which occurs in either the first or the final paragraph of your report. We also commented on the importance of not providing your opinion for Task 1 writing, so your response should only be objective rather than subjective. We touched on the need for 150 words and that you should finish writing your response in 20 minutes. We also emphasized that we should avoid contractions for Task 1 and Task 2. Further to this, we don't want to use any type of language that suggests your opinions or how you feel. Moreover, we don't want to list every single detail and only want to focus on the main trends, how data is visibly different, has changed dramatically, and cannot be argued about. We also discussed the need to use verbs that are appropriate for the diagram or graph. We then looked at examples of various verbs, adverbs, and noun phrases that will help us describe the main trends of the diagram. If you forgot these examples, just go back to last week's episode and then review what we discussed. That's the beauty of technology and the internet, one click away from anything. And one last important note from last time was that we have to avoid listing. Do not document every minor change or development. Figure out what the main trends are and then just write about these interesting areas. All right, on to our next topic, and that is summary completion tasks. You ready for this exciting topic? It's under 10 minutes, so get what you need and carry on. As we discussed in the past, the reading questions will be in order and follow the same sequence of information that we see in the passage, unless it's matching or sequencing. For these particular tasks, the summary may focus on only part of a reading passage or the entire reading passage. Once again, it's a good idea to quickly read the summary and just get a general understanding of the topic at hand. There are two types that you may encounter on test day. First, you may have a list of words to choose from, or you may need to take words directly from the text, in which case they're not changed at all. If you have a list of words to choose from, they will not be identical to phrases or words located in the reading passage. Rather, the words in the list will have a similar meaning. This is when your vocabulary skills will kick in, guys. Have you been trying to increase your vocabulary on a regular basis? Remember that it's important in IELTS to substitute and use different words that have the same meaning. Try learning a set of vocabulary each week, and you eventually have an extensive knowledge of words that will help you with the reading and speaking components of IELTS. Okay, back to summary completion tasks. Next, ask yourself, what are the instructions? How many words can I use for these gaps? Make sure these two things are clear to you. Oh yeah, we also want to consider what type of word we're looking for as well. For example, are we looking for a noun, a verb, an adverb, an adjective? Try to predict the type of word from the context of the question you're reading. Quite often, summary completion questions can appear in the form of passive voice sentences, while the actual reading passage is an active voice. In this situation, we may have to change the form of the verb accordingly to satisfy the test question. When we're provided with several options, we should always attempt to limit our options. How is this possible? For instance, if we have 5 choices, we may have eliminated 3 of them, and now we have to decide between the remaining 2 choices. If we were to reread the question and the related paragraph, we could ask which of these 2 remaining choices is a better fit for the gap. Of course, use the option that you feel is a much stronger contender to satisfy the question at hand. Equally important, you need to ensure that you are spelling words correctly that you're writing down. Let's take a look at a fantastic resource. IELTSexam.net for 5 easy steps to help you with summary completion tasks. Step 1. Read the instructions carefully. Ensure that you read the instructions carefully even if you've practiced the type of questions before. Step 2. Skim through the summary to get an idea of the topic. Step 3. Decide which section of the text the summary covers. In some cases, the summary may cover the whole text. Step 4. Read through the summary, referring to the list of words each time you reach a gap. Select one or more possible words from the list to fill each gap. Reject any words that don't fit grammatically, even if the meaning seems correct. Confirm your choice by referring to the relevant sections of the text. And finally, step 5. Quickly read through your completed summary to check that it makes sense. Okay, this wraps up things for this week. Did this episode help you out? Let me know in the comments section on YouTube, and be sure to subscribe for new videos like this every week. Or be sure to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. You can also sign up for free courses over at hackingielts.com. Take care, guys, and catch you in the next one.